thought I'd take a break from my retrospective of Denji Sentai Mega Ranger to take a look at the newest season in the Super Sentai franchise, Avataro Sentai Donbrothers. The first episode premiered last weekend, so I thought I'd give some of my thoughts on the premiere and where the season might go. This series is based upon the legend of Momotaro, a boy who was born from a giant peach and grew to fight Oni, or Japanese demons. Donbrothers also borrows a virtual reality motif, most notably sunglasses that let them see into another dimension. The plot of the first episode revolves around Kita Haruka as she mysteriously finds a pair of sunglasses that transforms her into Oni's sister, along with the ability to see Anonis, the mooks of the season. She is told by Jen, the man who adopted Taro, to find Momotaro. She is then forced to battle a classmate and a tennis table athlete who are transformed into Hirosuke monsters. The show introduces us to three of the Donbrothers: Momotaro, aka Don Momotaro, Kita Haruka, who we know as Oni's sister, and Kijino Tsuyoshi, aka Kiji brother. While the plot sets up the other Donbrothers locating Taro, the main protagonist of the first episode at least is the high school student, Haruka. We get to see her dream of being a manga artist, and she has a goal of getting her life back together after she is accused of plagiarism. She is also the audience surrogate to this new world that the Donbrothers inhabit. Notably, this is a sequel to the previous series, Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger. This is seen with the henshin devices of the season looking similar to the Gatling guns used by the Zenkaigers and the teams using the gears from the previous series. We also get to see an alternative version of Kaito, aka Zenkaiser, as a cafe master and as Zenkaiser Black. Instead of using the gears to get a special power related to a previous Sentai team, the Donbrothers can actually use the gears to transform into previous Sentai warriors. Kind of like Gokaiger. I think this episode's biggest weakness is the fact that it really didn't set up any long-term plot of the season. We also don't have an idea for what motivates the villains of the season, the Nodo. While some of it can be chalked up to waiting to reveal things later in the season, the only plot thread introduced in the episode is Haruka in clearing her name of the plagiarism charges. It would have been nice to see a little bit more of a season-long plot that involved the entire team. We maybe got a little bit of that with the glimpse of Zenkaiser Black, but it's too early to tell. That being said, I like the characters that were introduced. In particular, Taro stood out to me as a delivery person who was helpful and kind. Sure, he blabbers on about forming bonds, but hopefully he won't be doing that every episode. That might get to be too much. I thought the scene where he encourages a man who has given up on passing a bar exam to become a lawyer showed that while he can be silly and hot-blooded, he is capable of showing a serious side. We only got to see one of the three antagonists, Sonori, and he is confusing as heck. He talks about greed, but those words are pretty empty. After all, he destroys two monsters for being too greedy, yet creates another one because of his greed. Other than that, we don't get to see any motivation for why he is creating monsters in the first place. Finally, about those suits. The Sentai suits for the season are interesting to say the least. They are different from any other Sentai suits, which I think can be a good thing. I think the suits have a unified look while still looking distinguishable. I understand that the suits are divisive, but I personally don't mind them. Well, I thought the episode did a bad job in setting up for the rest of the season. I still plan to watch the series. I think it has potential. The first episode showcased a lot of humor, and it will be interesting to see what direction the show goes, especially with more characters getting introduced. I still managed to enjoy the first episode, even if I thought it missed the mark as an introduction to the season.